Making it in the modelling game is no easy feat, but one local girl has done just that, wowing industry heavyweights and becoming the face of national brands such as Cotton On, Forever New and Universal Store. It all began when Leilani Eddie won the Face of Cairns Central competition 3 years ago. At the time, she was only 14 years old.
I grew up on an island off the north coast of Australia called Orpheus Island, and my mum was a marine biologist and my dad worked on the boats as an engineer, and I moved to Cairns when I was about year 4 and then finished my schooling up here.
Leilani finished her schooling in Gordonvale, south of Cairns, and one day randomly decided to enter the Face of Cairns Central competition after her father took her and her sister shopping.
There was no pre-plan at all, so the day before it actually commenced, my sister and I came to the centre because Dad wanted us to do some family bonding time together, and then we just saw the advertisement and then it was like, why not give it a go, and signed up. Paid the $20 fee, and then who knew that a 14-year-old would be in the Face of Cairns Central?
Leilani graduated high school in 2020 and has been full-time modelling ever since. She moved to Brisbane in January 2021 and hasn't looked back.
I have been finding nothing but good people in the industry so far. The biggest thing I've noticed is that the most successful people and have the most longevity in the industry are the people that are most down to earth. And I've just had nothing but good experiences so far, so very grateful for it all and just hoping it all maintains that throughout the time of doing it.
Her days are never idle, but self-care is something she makes a priority to maintain her busy schedule.
We've got a big routine going on now. So a typical day, probably wake up, make my nutritional breakfast. I like to have a regime now, and because my life is all over the place with modelling and stuff, so I like to have nice food consistency and everything. So wake up, eat some brekkie, do a nice long walk, listen to a podcast, all about that spiritual and emotional building at the moment. And then if it's a day of work, then I'd probably head straight to work in the morning, do a full day on set, come home, do some home chores, and then exercise, and then probably go to sleep. Prepare for the next day. All about consistency and being on time and having a regime leads to success.
But she couldn't be happier to be back in far north Queensland.
But I think the best thing about being in Cairns is coming back to more of a relaxing aspect of life, I think, because it's a little bit slower than obviously down south, so I think it just takes some time and be in the moment sort of thing, which is really lovely. And I do miss the heat, it's kind of grown on me. It is a bit colder down south, so kind of shifting, but love it up here. I'll definitely move back when I'm older, I think.
With travel restrictions lifting and international borders opening up, she now has her sights firmly set on tackling the international stage.
I'm going to stay in Brisbane probably until June, July, but fly across interstate and everything and test the waters and see how we go. And then hopefully Sydney is on the cards towards the end of next year, and London hopefully, so keeping it open. We're supposed to go to uni, but once you get a taste of freedom, it's a bit hard to look back.
You will see Leilani's face in a lot of places over the coming months, as she returns not only for holidays and family time, she has also come home to where it all began, Cairns Central, and she leads their latest campaign for the season.